The Cleveland Browns, a franchise long haunted by heartbreak and mediocrity, find themselves at the epicenter of the NFL universe, not for their 3-14 record last season, but for a singular force of nature, Shedeur Sanders. This fifth-round draft pick, once dismissed as a project quarterback, has ignited a firestorm of debate, hope, and unrelenting attention. From the bright lights of ESPN to the relentless chatter on social media, Sanders' name dominates the airwaves, his every move dissected by fans and analysts alike. The Browns, a team that could have faded into obscurity after a brutal 2024, are instead riding a wave of relevance, and one voice, veteran reporter Mary Kay Cabot, has emerged as the loudest champion of Sanders' ascent. In a seismic shift, Cabot, once among his harshest critics, has declared Sanders the future of the franchise, a quarterback whose talent, character, and magnetic presence are too potent to ignore. This is the story of a young star rewriting his narrative, a team grappling with its own ambitions, and a city desperate for a savior to lead them out of the shadows. It all began with a gamble. The Browns selected Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Many saw it as a low-risk move, a developmental prospect with a famous last name, someone they could mold or move on from without consequence. But Sanders was no ordinary rookie. Son of NFL legend Dillon Sanders, he carried a pedigree, a chip on his shoulder, and a fan base that followed him from his standout days at Colorado. His college career, marred by a weak offensive line, showcased flashes of brilliance, pinpoint accuracy, clutch performances against elite defenses, and a poise that belied his years. Yet skepticism lingered. Could a 5th-rounder overlooked by scouts truly be the answer for a franchise desperate for stability at quarterback? Mary Kay Cabot, a seasoned voice in Cleveland's media landscape, initially shared those doubts, questioning whether Sanders' hype was more about his name than his game. But something changed. As Sanders took to the Browns' training camp, his work ethic, arm strength, and leadership began to shift the narrative, and Cabot, once a skeptic, became his fiercest advocate. Cabot's transformation is nothing short of remarkable. In a bold statement that sent ripples through the NFL, she declared Sanders the sole reason the Browns remain relevant. Without Shedeur, this team would be forgotten, she said, her words carrying the weight of someone who's seen decades of Cleveland's gridiron struggles. For Cabot, Sanders isn't just a player, he's a phenomenon. His talent, she argues, is too immense to pass up, a rare blend of arm strength, quick processing, and an uncanny ability to stay composed under pressure. He's a complete package, she said, pointing to his standout performances in training camp, where he went 2 for 3 against some of the league's best defenders, threading passes with surgical precision. But it's not just his on-field prowess that has Cabot sold. She's seen Sanders up close, from red carpet events in Colorado to Radio Row at the Super Bowl, and she's been captivated by his character. Watched him move through crowds, carry himself with grace, she recalled. He's not just a quarterback, he's an exceptional human being. Browns, however, underestimated the storm that comes with a player like Sanders. General manager Andrew Berry, a staunch believer from the start, made waves by cutting the entire offensive line that failed Sanders in his preseason debut, a ruthless move to ensure his young star wasn't set up to fail. But the franchise's attempts to control the narrative around Sanders have backfired. Cabot argues that the Browns believed they could manage his fame, dimming the spotlight to focus on veterans like Joe Flacco. Instead, their efforts to downplay Sanders only amplified the scrutiny. His built-in fan base, vocal and unrelenting, refuses to let perceived slights go unnoticed. Every decision to limit his reps or prioritize others sparks a firestorm of criticism, online with fans rallying behind hashtags and viral posts. The more they push him aside, the louder the noise gets, Cabot said, warning that the Browns' handling of Sanders is creating a pressure cooker that could define their season. Inside the locker room, Sanders is a beacon of unity. His relationship with Joe Flacco, the 40-year-old starter, is a testament to his maturity. Cabot describes scenes of the two quarterbacks laughing together, Sanders absorbing wisdom from the veteran while earning his respect. "Gets along great with everyone," she said, noting that Sanders' presence has galvanized the team. Unlike the external chaos where fans and media amplify every move, Sanders remains unflappable, never complaining or fueling the drama. His focus is singular: work hard, earn his spot, and let his performance speak. In training camp, that performance was undeniable. Cabot highlighted a pivotal session where Sanders' relentless effort and focus shone through, earning him first-team reps not through media pressure but through sheer grit. He wasn't handed anything, she emphasized. He earned it with every throw, every decision. Sanders' rise comes at a critical juncture for the Browns. After a dismal 3-14 season, the franchise faces a crossroads. Flacco, a steadying force, is nearing the end of his career, and the quarterback room, once cluttered with names like Deshaun Watson and Kenny Pickett, has thinned. Dillon Gabriel, Sanders' main rival for the QB2 spot, flashes talent but struggles with his 5'11" frame, a limitation that analysts like Nick Wright and Mike Tannenbaum say could cap his NFL ceiling. Sanders, at 6'2" with a sturdy build, fits the mold of a modern quarterback, capable of seeing over linemen and enduring the physical toll of the game. Cabot believes Sanders is the inevitable successor to Flacco, a player whose arm strength and processing speed are superpowers that set him apart. He's not perfect in every area, she admitted, but he's solid across the board, and his upside is undeniable. The stakes extend beyond the field. Sanders is a marketing juggernaut, his $250 million Nike deal and $15 million in pre-NFL jersey sales rewriting the rookie market. His business empire, spanning apparel, barbecue sauce, and endorsements with EA Sports and Tom Brady's brand, has made him the highest-paid rookie in history. Cabot sees this as a double-edged sword. Sanders' star power brings eyeballs and revenue, but it also intensifies the pressure on the Browns to play him. He's not just a player, he's a brand, she said, noting that the franchise is pushing to make him the starter, recognizing his ability to transform Cleveland into a cultural and commercial force. Yet, head coach Kevin Stefanski treads carefully, balancing Sanders' development with the team's immediate needs. Analysts like TJ Houshmandzadeh warn that sidelining Sanders could cost Stefanski his job, as fans and owners grow restless. For a new era, the broader sports world adds its own layer of chaos. The Raja Jackson scandal, where the son of UFC legend Quinton "Rampage" Jackson brutally attacked a wrestler, continues to spark outrage with felony charges looming. In boxing, the Canelo Alvarez-Terence Crawford clash on September 13th has fans debating whether Crawford's skill can overcome Canelo's size. UFC's upcoming cards, including UFC 322 and 320, promise title fight fireworks, while the Ilia Topuria debate keeps MMA buzzing. But in Cleveland, all eyes are on Sanders, a quarterback whose journey from doubted prospect to franchise savior is reshaping the Browns' identity. Shedeur Sanders is more than a quarterback. He's a movement. His talent, character, and relentless work ethic have turned skeptics like Mary Kay Cabot into believers, while his fan base pushes the Browns to embrace their future. Can Sanders seize the starting role and lead Cleveland to glory? Will his leadership and maturity redefine the franchise's culture? And how much will his fans' vocal support sway the Browns' decisions? Drop your thoughts in the comments.